Good morning, my play scholars, and we are going to enjoy a book. I know. I love reading books, and I know you guys all love reading books too. Do you remember last week when we read Who Eats Orange? And we looked at all the animals and all the colors they eat, and then we figured out what colors we eat. And we decided that we eat rainbows because we eat all these different colors. Well, today we're going to read the book Everyone Eats. It's very much the same. And our book is written, the author is Julia Kuo, and she is also the illustrator. So Miss Julia drew the pictures and she wrote the words to our story today. Are you ready? Do you have your book? Okay. Yeah, I'll count to 5 while you go get your book because you're going to need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Are you sitting now? Let's see our card. Is your body calm? It is? Okay, good. Are your eyes watching? That's good too. Are your ears listening for the story? Okay. And is your voices? Your voices are low? Good. They are low. Yes. So everyone eats. There's a lot of animals. Miss M's going to move her screen a little bit closer, and I'll open the cover. I'm going to turn the page. This is the front cover, and this is the back color, and inside are the pages of the book. It says Everyone Eats. There we go. Rabbits eat carrots. You are so right. There were rabbits in last week's book, and the rabbits were eating what color? Yeah, carrots and orange. You want? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Let me look at the book. Let me look at the book. I think you're right. There it is. So our book last week had a rabbit eating orange, and our book this week has a rabbit eating orange. I wonder how many animals are in both of the books. Let's turn the page. Bears eat honey. Miss M loves honey too. And you're right, honey is yellow. It's sort of like a golden yellow. And I noticed the bear is climbing up the tree to get the honey, isn't he? Deer eat lettuce. Lettuce is sort of like a grass or a leaf for the deer, and they eat a lot of other things. Were they in our book from last week? After we get off, you might want to look back at last week's book and see if there were some reindeer in that book too, and what color they ate. Fish eat seaweed. What's that? It is green. It is green. Do you remember? Okay, Miss M will look. What color did our fish last week eat? They did. They ate red, and they're very different looking fish. This one does look like it might live in our house. It also probably lives in the ocean where, these little fish, oh, they're orange. They would probably live in our fish tank too, and they probably live in the ocean, but they're both eating a different color, aren't they? Ducks eat corn. Do you see what the little girl is doing? Where she might be? Where do you think she might be? I wonder. She could be at the park. She could be at the park. She could be at the zoo. You're right. And I noticed that she's throwing corn down to the ducks. Miss M sometimes takes frozen corn, and sometimes she takes frozen peas because the ducks and the geese, they like frozen peas and they're good for them. So I notice that the little girl is using corn. So maybe next time I go to the park, I'll take some corn. And the corn is, yes, it is yellow. Our corn is yellow. She's eating yellow. Squirrels eat nuts. Miss M has a lot of squirrels by her house right now because the acorns are falling off of our trees, aren't they? And the squirrels are just going every which way. What does this look like, I wonder? It does? It looks like your jar of peanut butter. It says almond butter. And that's a type of nut butter. Some people eat almond butter, some people eat peanut butter, and some people eat cashew butter. So, and that is made out of the nuts. If the squirrels don't eat them, we can make them into some type of peanut butter. Pigs eat mushrooms. Mushrooms grow up out of the ground, don't they? Miss M sometimes has mushrooms on her pizza or in her salad. I wonder if you eat mushrooms. And these mushrooms have a red polka dotted top. But Miss M's mushrooms, they're sort of white. I wonder what color your mushrooms. And were the pigs, did they eat a different color in last week's book? I wonder. Maybe you could look and see what color other than the mushrooms do the pigs eat. I noticed that in the illustration they have the mushrooms on spaghetti. Some people eat spaghetti and some people put mushrooms in them. Birds eat berries, and there are all different color berries. I noticed that our berries are red in this book. What color were the berries in last week's book? I wonder, do you remember? Do you recall what color were the berries in last week's book? I see you scurrying to get last week's book. And mice eat seeds. What else? Do we think mice eat? I wonder. What's that? Yes. Sometimes we hear that they eat cheese, don't we? They like cheese. I like cheese on my pizza. And I like macaroni and cheese. I don't think the mouse would eat my macaroni, but he would probably eat my cheese. What kind of dish do you like with your cheese? Horses eat apples. I see circles. I see circles, one curved line, a lot of circles. And they're red. Yes, they are red circles. And they're supposed to be apples, and that horse is reaching way up to get to those apples. Did you notice on the other page, the illustration? That's a juice box, and it has a picture of an apple. I know a lot of people that like juice boxes, and they bring it to school in their lunch boxes. Yeah, in their lunch pails, and they have a juice box. And I eat all of these too. So she's saying everything that the animals ate, she likes also. I wonder, do you like all of the different things that were found in this week's book? Or were there some things that you say, no thank you, Miss M. I know some people do not like peanut butter. They say no thank you. And some people like juice, but maybe they like orange juice, not apple juice. So my play scholars, when you look at the two books, what animals will you find that are in both books? And maybe you might even want to see what colors were in both books, so we can find how they are the same and how they are different. Yes, how they are the same and how are they different. So that's the end of our book read today. So are you ready to do a couple goodbyes? We'll do two. Here's a new one. Toodaloo, kangaroo. And see you soon, raccoon. And I've got one more. Bye-bye, butterfly. Miss M will see you a little bit later.